Uh, I used to have these experiences, these moments with my friends where we would just like give each other a hug, and I felt very much touched by that. And it made me wonder, like, if a little hug can affect me that way, what if I what if I try ways to get more of that? And somehow, like, that need got met in Contact, although that wasn't my intention. Somehow, as I was starting to get more touch through the Contact jams over the weeks, I was starting to see the effect in my life. It made me really happy. It was good for stress release. And now I feel like touch is necessary. I feel like I need my dose of touch each week. So just following my heart and finding out what is that makes me happy and pursuing that somehow led me to other transformation points down the road. So that's how it all started for me, just finding out what makes me happy and pointing out what my passion is and just pursuing that. And everything else just happened. Everything else came after that. Whew. Okay, good question. I'm going to be honest. Okay.
Go ahead.
The fears I have around intimacy. And the fears that come with are fears that stops me from pursuing intimacy. It could be emotional intimacy or physical intimacy. And I can all relate back to like stories or traumas or situations I had, experiences I had in the past growing up as a child. So due to some reason, the experiences and traumas I had imposed some belief systems. And it's me trying to break away from that and pursue intimacy and enjoy intimacy. That's causing a lot of conflict within me. Me trying to break away from the old Nazeer, trying to transform and become a new Nazeer. So, yeah, like limiting beliefs I have around intimacy right now, and me trying to experience more of that. Right now, I'm very grateful to be in the place I am because I'm part of this Dovercourt dance community where over the years, I've formed a lot of new friends with whom I feel deeply connected with. And the community has a big group of people who are willing to be open and form connections with one another. So I feel satisfied with the amount of connections I have, mainly because of the community. I don't feel that there's lack of anything, but I started from a place of feeling the lack of connection, which was like 2 or 3 years ago, before my transformation journey started, where I felt I was very alone in my experiences. Just feeling alone in your experiences makes you think that, oh, you're lonely or you're the only one who goes through these experiences. But just having a community where you can come and share these experiences, share these feelings you have with one another, gives you the opportunity to know that you're not alone, and provides the support system we need for one another. So I feel the Dovercourt community is a place where you can get that need met, and I'm just hoping there's more places like that around the world, because I can see the change it has had in my life. So I would hope to see that change in so many other people, and it's made me really happy. So I'm currently living in a community house very close to the Dovercourt house. It's basically a good concept. It's an intentional community run by this wonderful person named Steve Lecky. He comes to the dances himself. So the intention is to bring people together who really want to connect with one another and who have certain skills themselves, and this living in a house as this gives us an opportunity to provide each other's skills and maybe contribute to each other's lives. I moved in last April, and the skill I brought to the house was doing construction. I helped Steve with the renovation projects around the house. That was one skill I had. But there are skills I don't have too. Like, for example, I'm not into cooking at all. So that was a skill someone else provided. And so just making just contributing in your own little way in this little community and touching each other's lives. I feel it's such a beautiful experience, knowing that it's good to allow others to affect your life. And I've always grown up. I grew up in a house with so many people. My parents and I have 4 brothers, so we are 7 people, and I've always lived together. And I had the sense of being connected all the time. I've never lived alone. And I just moved like 2 years ago, maybe 1.5 years ago, out of my parents' place, and this provided me a transition to be in a different house and where I feel more connected. And I feel great that I'm there. Finished writing a feature film screenplay. It took me 3 years to get it done. And what inspired me was maybe personal experiences I might have had as a child or growing up. Just like dance, this writing gave me an opportunity to tap into whatever was inside me and kind of release it in a therapeutic form. So as I started writing, I started writing these stories with these characters who were going through their own journeys just as I was. And somehow it just led to me writing a movie. And it's going to be a 2-hour movie now that I have a script done. I have the script done, so I'm at a point where I'm figuring out what's next. So the next step is to get out there, get producers, get actors, get a crew, and get locations and get it made. And I've traced out the timeline, and it's going to take me about 2 years to get it made. And he also asked me, what am I trying to achieve by making this movie? That's such an amazing question. It's very personal what I'm sharing through the story, through this movie. It's very intimate. And it's giving me a chance to share with the world intimate, emotional, and healing parts of me. And I'm hoping that by doing that, I might connect or touch other people's lives. And I'm hoping that this would give an audience, just like the dance community, a space while they're watching the movie, a safe space where they can project on their own emotions or their own experiences on the story and somehow be touched by it, somehow be inspired by it, somehow change the way they think. So that's what I'm trying to achieve, like hoping that this movie would touch an audience and inspire them and make an effect in their lives. It's about the loss of a relationship. It could be a loss of any kind of relationship. It could be losing a friendship or a romantic partner or a loved one, like a parent. We've all had those experiences growing up throughout our lives. So it's about this character named David who's lost his wife to cancer, and he is left behind with this little kid to take care of. So the story, I take them through this transformational journey where I kind of inspire them to let go of their pain and kind of inspire them to learn to love themselves and give love to one another. So it's basically about letting go of pain and learning to love yourself and love the people in your life. And I feel that's important for each one of us. So that's what the movie is about. It all relates back to a childhood trauma I had. When I was 5 years old, I lost my mother. I still don't remember what was the cause, but I lost her to some health issue. She passed away, and I was 5, and it had brought a lot of pain into my life. It really affected me as a person, growing up as a child, growing up as a teenager, and it also closed me off from feeling intimacy with other human beings because I was really hurt by that trauma, and I used to keep people at a distance throughout my entire life. And that's what brought up a lot of pain in me, not being able to feel that connection, the close connection with other human beings the past years. And it was me trying to break away from that and trying to let go of that pain and learning to love myself and learning to love others and feel connected to others. So just about like while going through that journey, this writing this movie was my creative release. Whatever came up, it was my form of releasing it in a creative way, and I feel that we all need that when we're doing inner work, some sort of creative release that helps us release those tough, heavy emotions and move on to the next step. So that's what it's about. It's about my childhood trauma and me trying to let go of that and move on with life and to see what's out there. I feel like this has been such an amazing conversation. Just knowing that someone else is interested in your life, and someone else is really interested in knowing who you are as a human being, that's very powerful and inspiring. That's healing, in fact. So I'm really grateful for this experience. I'm really grateful for you guys to have me here and share myself in this way.